she took out her mechanical pencil, and then she just went for it, and she went over and just like stabbed me. So the other day, I was scrolling on Twitter, and I started seeing photo after photo of these little gray dots on people's hands, and their knees, and their feet, and even their faces.
It turned out people were sharing these permanent marks that only come from being stabbed with a pencil.
This is the first I've ever heard of it, but it seemed like a really common thing based off this Twitter post. And I have a hard time trusting the internet in general.
But the amount of people who were responding with, "Oh my god, that happened to me too. Here's a picture of it," seemed quite substantial.
I decided to ask around the BuzzFeed office to see if this has happened to anyone here, and lo and behold, happened to way more people than I thought.
I want to say it was 3rd grade, and I dropped a pencil, and without looking, I went to go pick it up, but without me knowing, it had bounced back up on the eraser, and I kind of met it halfway, and it stabbed me in the hand. So I did it to myself, technically, but yeah, I went to the nurse office, and they took it out, and it's just kind of been with me ever since.
I got this in elementary school with just a regular pencil. I'm not even sure what I was doing, but I just remember when I stabbed myself.
I was about 10 and I was doing homework, and I think it was like very simple math that I was doing, but I got very annoyed and I was laying on the floor doing my homework, and I threw the pencil down to my leg and it wound up stabbing me right in the thigh. The mark is pretty dark, and I thought for a while that like it was gonna move, like because the pencil really got in there and I had to like pull it out. I thought that maybe part of it had broken off and it was gonna be in my body and like float around somewhere, but luckily it stayed there. But it's also been like 15 years and I don't know what to do.
I got this in middle school, and it was a very traumatic moment in my life. What had happened was I was just a little kid. I was probably like 11 years old, minding my own business, and the girl next to me sitting in class, it was just middle of class, mind you, she just like turns to me, and I think I had said something that like she didn't agree with, and she took out her mechanical pencil, and she went over and just like stabbed me, and me being me, defended myself, and I was like, oh hell no, that's not gonna happen. It like totally punctured my skin, and when I recoiled, I saw that a bit of the mechanical pencil, the lead, had been stuck to my skin. And then if you thought one stab wasn't enough, she went in for a second time, and she was successful. I thought it seemed crazy that a mark from a pencil can stick with a person for a lifetime.
But I did some research. It turns out that there is a name for this specific type of mark.
I got this lovely pencil tattoo in middle school. I was walking through a crowded hallway and someone stabbed me. I don't know who it was, but now I got this forever tattoo.
According to Dr. Cameron Roxar, associate professor of dermatology at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, he told BuzzFeed News that calling it a pencil tattoo is pretty accurate.
He even said that he was stabbed at age 8 with a pencil, and 37 years later he still has the mark.
The stabbing leaves graphite particles in the dermis layer of the skin. If you go to a tattoo shop and they put ink in your skin, that also goes into the dermis layer as well.
I've had this pencil mark since 2008. I remember I was in college and I was just talking to the person in the library, and my friend comes up and starts talking to me, and he was sharpening pencils. And I just see out of the corner of my eye, like just a pencil coming down like this towards my hand. My instinct was just to move back. So I did, and he said afterwards that he was just pretending to poke me, but then I actually moved my hand into the pencil, and the mark has been there since for 11 years.
Now, according to Dr. Roxar, these pencil tattoos can be removed with laser treatment, but they don't have to be.
And I thought I got a little piece of the lead stuck in there because it was one of those like really skinny, and I spent like 2 days trying to like push out the lead, but it didn't end up coming out.
My pencil broke, and I reached down in my backpack, and I didn't know my pencil was facing up, and I stabbed myself with it, and it was like, I had this little piece of lead. I also forgot about it, and so it sealed up. And then I think like 5 years later, I tried to take it out by getting a razor blade and try to cut it open, but it was too deep, and so I just kind of left it, and then there it is.